in the first location. Okay, that's nice. How about lore? Do we have every lore of the Dinoland? I guess only 3 are from the Dinoland. It seems like we have everything in there. We still miss one fish. I don't remember. I think we've been trying to find the last dot somewhere, but we weren't able to do so. And to be completely honest, I still have no idea where it could be hidden, because if we look at the map, it doesn't seem like there is any other island anywhere. Unless it's really well hidden, then I suppose there isn't one. Let's travel to this land. And let's look around. So I see a fishing spot, so we might as well fish up, I suppose. Okay. No items in this location. That's okay though. We at least get some fish. Fish are always nice. I hope the stream is working correctly, because I seen some weird error when I originally started up the OBS. Apparently a connection error with the cloudflare.com. So I'm not too sure what's going on in that, but hopefully it isn't affecting the stream in any way. Everything should be good to go. But yeah, my overall goal for today's episode is mainly to try my best and finish up the collection. Let's go back to the very first island we ever visited in the Dinoland, which is this one. And I suppose we can't go back. I was thinking maybe it was somewhere back there, but apparently you cannot go there. So that's probably not the thing we need. But yeah, I don't see on this map any islands that we haven't visited, and the ones that we already visited, I'll have the gay hearts on them, which I suppose signifies that we actually managed to find everything in them. There is a tiny island over here, but I'm pretty sure this is one of those that we already cleared. As you can see, only a treasure chest in there. I'm not sure where are we on the map. It doesn't really show you. I suppose the missing dot could be anywhere. Maybe we give up for now on the dots and instead focus on capturing more friends. Where are the dots listed? Are they in here? Yeah. Dinoland, it is under the Dinoland, so Who knows? Let's travel to the next island, which is... Actually, before I travel, let me check over here, because there is seemingly some empty space. In this direction is lots of empty space. There is a tiny island over there. That could be the thing we are looking for. Let's take a look. Ah, that just seems to be a chest that we already opened. So that's not it, but there is lots of fishing over here. It could also maybe be in the cave. I don't remember if we managed to get any dots in the cave, but that could certainly be one of those locations where one would be hidden, so we could maybe give it a look. I see hands over there in the water, which is quite interesting. Only 3 fish in this location. Interesting. I guess we depleted that particular spot. I don't suppose this bone would have a dot. And if it had, we already probably collected it. Same with this thing over here. Which is a shoe. Someone lost a shoe. This island is also empty. I will probably sing, which is fine. But yeah, I have no idea where the last dot could be located, unless it's like maybe in the tunnel or something. Because there doesn't seem to be any indication of an island that we missed. And I would think that if that dot was on an island, it wouldn't be having the gay heart attached to it. So let's go into the cave and let's explore the cave again. Maybe the dot that we are looking for is somewhere in here. Does this place have a map? It doesn't. So, but it already counts as the next location, so if the dot is indeed here, then it wouldn't be the one we need. But that's okay, we can keep that mystery for some other time, and we can instead focus on finding new friends in the frozen area. That's also quite nice. Doesn't seem like this tunnel has anything we missed. I will probably die because of rookie mistakes, but that's okay. Why don't we just teleport over to the... Well, these two already have the heart, this one doesn't, so let's go to this one. And let's explore, I suppose. We already found the dot that was in the pipe. I remember the issue of this island. There was a character over here and he didn't want to befriend us. Hey dogfish lizard lady, are you okay? You look pretty restless. A talking fish rod? That looks fun. Can I play with it? Pretty please, can I? Wait, no, bad Zoggy. You've got to be a big girl. No time for playing aloud. Toys are for babies. Nice try, babies, but I am not falling for the old-fashioned trick me into being a kid trick again. Nice. We can obtain a new friend. That's what I was hoping for. Listen. I can't keep acting like a kid. If I do, the song stress will come take my joy. So get out of here, babies. Why don't you want to play? Stop thinking about others. There is nothing wrong with playing. Those three are all quite valid. I suppose we could ask a question. Playing make-believe is my favorite thing in the world. It helps me get away from stressful things. So why don't you like it? Well, if I play, I'm not helping others. Helping Zoggy doesn't count as Zoggy helping others, does it? Yes, that's a valid statement, I suppose. So we know that the moons are useful. Oh, don't you ever play with dolls? Having my toys do things I can't do always helps calm me down. Huh? Toys? You have toys? I like toys. What's your favorite kind? Do you have any to share? Do you? She sure perked up after hearing that. Seeing other creatures who like toys must really make her happy. Let's keep playing. Oh. I don't really remember which one of these are like about the toys and such. Probably not the chicken guy. Let's try playing this. That revealed more moons, so let's play this. You want toys? Toys ain't alpha, bro, but helping others is. So you know, if ever you want a spare doll, just say. Are you talking about playtime? Where and when? And am I invited? Please tell me I'm invited. I've been such a good Zoggy. That worked, apparently. Nice. Let's try shuffling. Because this is what I was trying to find. Seems like there will be more of these symbols, you know. And I guess let's try maybe the diamonds. Responsibilities, those are definitely stressful. That's why I relax with dolls, I mean action figures. You want to share your toys? Really? Can you share with me? I love playing with toys so much. Okay. We need shields. Monkey has shields. This is going to be a ruthless round. Lots of colors to shoot at the friend. All four were correct. I just want to take care of the people I love. I must really look like a selfish baby, only caring about toys, huh? You're gonna be the fast one. Okay, let's see how many of these. Also all four, you'll have to see. I want to have fun and play all day, but I can't. Everyone is counting on me to be a responsible grown-up. That tends to happen a lot. I'm guessing 3 of these, yep. Only one more to go. Should be good to go in the next round. Do you have friends who might want to share their toys with me? Not that I'm interested in toys or anything. I will take a guess that the missing piece is a plus sign. I get where you're coming from. You have the right attitude. Question their choices. Let's try the first of them. But you can't play ahead for everything, you know. Sometimes it's better to act on impulse. Maybe you won't feel so trapped if you try. If I don't want to be a baby, I should act like a baby sometimes. That sounds complicated. I might need time to figure this out. And indeed it's a plus, so let's put this fella down. However, we will also need to color up the heart, for which I suppose we need more toy passionate fellas on the board. I will think that this one is maybe one of them. All that nervous energy of yours makes me too tense to bounce. Do what I do and play with dolls to unwind. Oh, that sounds fun. Zoggy likes fun. I can act like a kid once in a while and be responsible. Oh boy, does that mean I can play with your fishing rod, please? That should be it, I think. Yeah. It's a cute design. I like the teeth. Very, very lovely. So this island should now be colored. Energetic girl who wants to be a responsible adult often falls for tricks that sound like conspiracy theories. And yes, this island is indeed fully colored. You love to see it. And I suppose it's the perfect time to go explore. Now that we have solved the issue, let's go fish. Maybe there will be some item to be captured. There is a book. Okay, which pipe is the... I think it's this one. It's going to be probably difficult to avoid the fish. Especially because that one keeps going in our way and we missed out on the book. But that's okay, that's okay. I'm sure there will be a different opportunity eventually. I remember being over there and exploring that section, so... I do wonder about this fishing spot though, so let me quickly go ahead and try fishing here. It has the flowers, which is nice. It requires some really good timing though, and we messed up. Okay, that's unfortunate. Seems like today we are failing the fishing minigames, and also it seems like this location doesn't really have much else going on. Is this a new fish? These gummies might be chewy on the outside, but they are made of rock candy on the inside. What was I trying to look for? This. Okay. I suppose there could be some island, because it apparently only has 5. this location, but I don't see any. I will attempt this fishing spot again. It's the one with the book. Now that it respawned, hopefully it will be a bit easier. Apparently not. That's fine. Hopefully none of our friends want hope. Because sadly we had some troubles trying to capture them. Another fishing spot over there. This one doesn't have an item in it. It does have some fish though, so might as well fish up. This orange one is difficult to capture. It's mostly about the timing, I suppose. That blue one, I have no idea how to get. The orange one could be easier. So let's wait for it. And I missed it. That's okay. I will take a guess that this area is probably also finished. Let me teleport over here. Because I am a bit confused. Yeah, this area leads into another gate apparently. Is this the way to go to the underwater section, or is this something else? Let's take a look. Yeah, this leads into the completely new area that we found ourselves in the previous episode. Instead of going in there, let's me go back to the sunken island. Because there are clearly some more things to do. It will be probably difficult to fully complete. I do remember not being able to do some stuff in here. Okay, this is dialogue that I remember reading. I also remember that. That's the exit, I think. I think there was something this way. Oh, it's this. Yeah. This is what we couldn't do before. I knew you wouldn't resist my shinies. Now that you've taken my bait, you have to be my friends. Seriously, you don't need to trick us into being friends, you know. Easy for you to say, you have plenty of friends, and you don't look like I do. You don't have to hide in the dark like this. Luring people in is my only choice, so take the bait and become my friends, or else nyar. Okay, some thoughts. Love to see some thoughts. I am worthless without my shinies, everyone knows it, even you. Why rely on shinies? I see why you use shinies. Shinies aren't the only way. I know it's hard trying to get others to like you when you don't like yourself much, but I know from experience it's possible. Don't give up. Really? No one's ever told me to believe in myself like that before. What a nice feeling. That actually revealed lots of colors, but we will first focus on the dots. I don't have moon and I don't have stars. I do have shields. We need to shuffle. That is the star. There is the pink thing. Yeah, let's do it like this for now, and let's send... Let's send the moon this way. Yes, and I guess that will do it because we don't have anything else to use. We could shuffle though before the next round. Okay. So far so good. There we are. This looks like it's going to be difficult. Oh my god, how many stars? We did it. Next round should take care of the dots if we get lucky. Which is nice. Take it easy, Willia. Could you back off a little? Friendly, aren't you? Let's try the first option. You can't force folks to be your friends, you know? If you act too friendly, you'll just scare people off. Really? But what else am I supposed to do? I don't have anything to offer except shinies, do I? That actually revealed a lot. Okay, let's send the Harmit to the top. The Hermit Crab, I suppose. Let's send you over there with the star and you over there with the moon. That should take care of the second dot. And now for my final move, I will send you over there together with you. And let's try also include you. No idea if it will work, but let's see. It seems kind of like when you have too many people in the line, it makes the attack minigame difficult, so this one should be easy though. Nice. You really think I can make friends the normal way? You don't care about my looks? I'm worthless without my shinies. Everyone knows it, even you. Trusting others isn't always easy. I think that's the way to go. But if it's something you care about and you believe it's the right thing to do, don't give up, no matter how hard it gets, okay? You mean I should try befriending people without shinies? That'll never work. No one loves ugly angels, do they? Now we know everything we need in order to befriend him, so let's go with the green at the top. I'm pretty sure we need to shuffle because we don't have anything. Yellow and yellow. And some moons. That should get rid of him, I think. So let's give it a try. Unless we fail aim again. I'm going to try my best. Okay, that was close. That was close, but we did it. This one is easy. What's the last one? If I trick people into liking me, I'll have to pretend to be someone I'm not the whole time. I don't want to do that. Fine, I won't use my shinies as bait anymore. I'll use shinies to genuinely support my genuine friends. Woogle. Interesting name. Okay, we got some new thoughts that we need to look into. Isn't it weird that brushing your teeth is the only time you get to clean your skeleton? That is kind of weird. A nervous fish who uses shinies to make friends. She has a really kind heart but an evil sounding laugh. Is there anything else in this room? I don't suppose there is. Also, if we look at the map, this island is now colored. So let's head over to the other island that isn't colored yet. Just this one. And let's figure out why this one isn't colored. I think I already know why. Because we didn't have the hover abilities when we were here the previous time. I think that's the case. Okay. Teddy bear. I'm sure someone will appreciate having it. Yeah, this leads us to somewhere that we haven't been to yet, so that's nice. Hello, Onyx. Avast ye knaves, ye have done well to reach me secret stash of booty. Now hand over your loot before things get ugly, say we. What the heck? No way, dude. Our stuff is ours. We worked hard to find it all this. Bold little sea dogs, aren't ya? Too bad no one gets between Shellican and his treasures. Prepare to be swashbuckled. You just woke up. That's good, that's good. It's an interesting design. Kind of between a snail and a bird, which is intriguing. You know what us pirates say, no prey no pay? And lads, you better believe I'm a bird of prey. Stealing ain't the answer. You are smarter than I thought. Do you think being a pirate is cool? Let's choose the first one. If an adrenaline rush is all you are after, there are better options, you know, like take up sports or do something risky but nice for a change. Ivy, what you are saying, but it can be that simple now, can it? Or am I really that short-sighted? At least the dots seem to be easy to deal with in this round. Let's send you and you to deal with the top dots. That is sending you and you to the second one. And the last one needs shuffle. Hopefully we get lucky. We got lucky, so that's nice. Let's send you over there and you over there. That should deal with all three dots in the first round, which is nice. You love to see it when it happens. And it doesn't happen very often that you get this lucky. Okay. We actually did it. You love to see it. I'd rather earn the plunder, but nothing beats the thrill of pillaging. You know, landlubbers, this whole chromatic endeavor of VAs could be made much simpler by paying me a smidge of gold. Seriously, dude, you are gonna blackmail us into recoloring you? Blackmail, not a chance. Nice, this here be piracy. True and fair. Now what it'll be? Giving me doubloons or walking the plank? Sure, here is 10 coins. A wise choice, Scorvidor. We go unpillaged another day. Here's some pigments for fairer troubles. Was that worth it? Probably not, but it happens. Let's use this fella over there. Let's put this fella over there. Together with this fella maybe. And let's go for the moons, which is the last thing that we can do, I suppose. We could also put maybe green over there. I don't know if that will work. We shall see. Maybe we will get lucky. Although I am usually bad at guessing the colors. I actually guessed some. That's nice. Aria knives. Think about a scoundrel, don't you? Like, it's so greedy of me to want things I never had the chance to have. At least the shields counted, that's nice. Okay. That's unfortunate. At least the moons got in there, I suppose. Okay. You know what us pirates say, no pray, no pay? And Lance, yeah, better believe I'm bird of prey. We already seen that. Time to pay the toll again, landlubbers. He handed over your pieces of 8 for getting boarded by the dread pirates Shellican. Let's pay. Wise choice. It's not like I want to spread misery, but rampant piracy, the only thing that makes me feel free. What else am I to do, mateys? Well, you did actually help us out because you revealed what the last colors presumably are. Although I'm not sure what is in the middle. Could be more moons or more shields, I suppose. So let's try moons over there and also shields. Could also be the brown, we haven't tried the brown. Let's try like this, maybe we will get lucky. I don't suppose we will, but might as well try. Brown wasn't the answer. Yellow also isn't in the middle. Failed that horribly, and it wasn't the answer. So that's unfortunate. Consider this an ultimatum. Hand over all your coins or I'll never let you win this stuff. What? No way, dude. We can't just hand over all our money like that. No? I thought this recoloring shame of yours was important, so put your money where your mouth is. Sure, let's do it. You're serious? Do you say what you are saying here, Lambert? We are talking about all your coins. Every single one of those doubloons be gone forever. You are honestly willing to give me all of them just to give me hard a few colors? Yes. So you really do care more about us scurvy critters, not just your coffers. It means more than you can imagine to hear. Fine. Keep your blasted coins, landlubbers. You've proven you're the real deal. We are officially hearties. It was shields all along. That's nice. We made a new friend. Also some new thoughts in our inventory. Let's read up on them. Whoever said the pen is mightier than the sword must have been a really clumsy swordsman. Okay, so we are missing one thought in Dinoland, one thought in Fright Frost. And that's about it. I will go and look for the Fright Frost one. We are also missing one more fella, which is the one in the bar, I think. A brave swashbuckler with a thirst for adventure. Apparently that shell is part of his body, not a boat. Okay. Can we teleport to the bar? Doesn't seem like it. We can take a stroll in there though. Look at them over here partying. Do we have all the lore about these fellas? Seems like we do. Yeah. I suppose we got everything then. Except for the fella over here. Didn't I tell you to dangle? Get it through your domes already. I ain't in the mood for brawling, just bowling. Can't believe I'm still dizzy with the dame. Wonder if she ever thinks of me. Over in the Sanctum of Self. So in order to get him, we need to do something in the Sanctum of Self. Got it. In that case, let's head over to the Fright Frost again. And let's try to find the last dot of this place that we are missing. Also, since we teleported to the shopkeeper, we might as well ask him. We already read this stuff. So let's check the shop. Let's buy one of each fish. He doesn't have anything else. Could be worth grabbing. Now the reason for going back here is that we need to figure out where the last dot could be hidden. I mean, since it's amongst the first three, I would kind of guess that it's somewhere near the beginning of this area. I don't really see it anywhere. Oh my god, I see it. It's on the iceberg over there. Okay, that should be easy to access, I think. Probably not from this place though. I think we need to climb. Let's fish. Sadly no items in the water. At least we do get some fish out of it. Okay. Last fish is the red. That was close. We did it. No new fish lore, but that's fine. I think if we go from this side all the way to the top and then do some floating, we should be able to get the top. Like I cannot climb up there. Do we need to redo this puzzle? If so, I don't remember the solution. Is it just a case of doing something along these lines? Seems like it's bugged. Seems like it's bugged. Let's restart. Let's, I guess, try going this way, since that side seems to be buggy. Now, if I am not mistaken, we should be able to glide from all the way over here on top of these ice thingies, and the dot should be around here somewhere, which gives me the idea that maybe the dot in Dinoland is also on top of one of these icebergs. How do you write "do not touch" in Braille? Good question. So you know what, let's teleport back to Dinoland and let's go straight towards the... Let's start over here. I just wanna check the icebergs, you know? Maybe the dot is located somewhere along the icebergs. Where do the icebergs start? They start in this direction, I suppose. Okay, I see the thought. Oh my god, it is on the iceberg. I was correct. How do we jump there? Do we get there from this island, or is the other one closer? I think this one is closer, actually. So that's nice. That will fill up our collection. Basically 3 areas will be completely finished up, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember how to get up to the top. I am a bit confused. Okay, we cannot apparently deal with this stuff. Nice to see you, Dance. You have to write them in the caps lock in order for them to work. The emotes, I mean. Thank you for the pets. The list of the emotes is underneath the stream in where the Steam stickers used to be. If you hover over the emotes, they will showcase the codes that you can input, and they will show up on the stream. So feel free to use them. Okay, I think this is the way to do it, I suppose. Okay, let's... Thank you for the squeaky bone. Seems like you really like the squeaky bone. You know what? It seems like we cannot get there from this island, so let's try from this island. Thank you for the arrow as well. Might as well fish while we are in here, if I can. Oh, it has to be from the top, I see. Sadly, no toys. Oh my god. Last one. Fish is also nice to get. So what would be the highest point of this location? Not too sure. Probably this. Where is the ice? You know what I've realized? This will probably be harder than I thought. Unless we can jump there from this big island. Let's try. But yeah, this last dot is for sure really well hidden. Because I have no idea how to jump that far. Yeah, I don't think this will get us there. Let's go back here. Let me look around the iceberg. So we need to get over there. How do we jump on top of this? I thought it would be from over there, but clearly that wasn't the case. There is actually a way to park over there, I just noticed. If only I had used my eyes. That's okay, that happens. We are at the top. And the dot should be somewhere around here. Let's try this way first. Thank you for the heart. The treasure chest is nice, although we don't really have much use for the coins. At least not at the moment. Where is the fella? There he is. What does an epic manager do? Well, epic manager probably steals exclusives from other platforms, is my guess. Are they really good at managing? Do they manage epic people? Both? I am so confused. That's a hard question to answer. Do you know what? We got every single dot in Dinoland, every single dot in Fright Frost, and every single dot in the Sunken Harbor. We also got every single friend in Dinoland and Star Harbor and Fright Frost, except for the one that requires us to proceed with the story. So that's nice. Only took us an hour to finish up the stuff that we were missing. Therefore it is time to teleport over here into the Sanctum of Self. And I guess now is the time to simply... How did I miss that jump? Now is the time to simply explore the area and deal with stuff. I am guessing that the main quest is upstairs. There was also that place over there which I have no idea how to deal with. Let's see. This seems to be closed off, so we cannot go this way. Seems like the only way to go is up. You know what? Let's discuss some stuff with our friends. First things first though, let's feed some tots into the machine and see what upgrades we can get. We did find a couple of them. +1 token per hand, that's useful. I used to collect these back when I was in kindergarten, marbles. It's nice. Let's see what's the next upgrade. Hopefully also something useful. A photo filter, so that's useless. But nice to have nonetheless for the sake of collection. What's the next upgrade? It's printing, apparently. Boat cosmetic with the skull. A souvenir from Dinoland. Is it in this main room somewhere? I don't see it. Okay. What's the next upgrade? Maybe it's outside. We shall see. Cinematics unlocked. I am guessing that's are now in diary. I am guessing that's the way to replay the cutscenes. Welcome to Star Harbor, the awakening of the Leviathan. Yeah, that's the cutscenes. That's nice that they made that unlockable for those who collect dots. Very, very nice. I will take a sip of coffee. Another photo filter. That's unfortunate, but I'm sure the next item will be magnificent. Snowman. I'm guessing that's a souvenir from Fright Frost. Yeah. And I don't see it over here, so it's probably somewhere else. We still have thoughts for another upgrade, which is nice. We are getting upgrades really fast. Black and white photo filter is quite cool. Okay. Sadly, photo filters not very useful for a stream, but if I were to do some nice screenshots, I suppose they would be lovely to have. Sanctum of Self partitions unlocked. Just the music of the area that we are currently in. We cannot afford more. Let's go talk with the friends from Dinoland. Maybe we can upgrade some. Let's start over here. This one is finished. This one is finished. This one is finished. Also finished. That one is also finished. Also finished. This one needs book. Allow me to reiterate my appreciation of your support, friends. I am pleased to know my dream will not be completely on hold while you aid me. Or while I aid you. Your dream? That's right. You were talking about that a lot when we first met. Of course I was. Proud champions such as I have but one desire. to be rewarded for their dedication and hard work with greatness. Everything I do in the name of achieving the lofty goals I set myself and reaching my full potential. And helping you is but one leg of many in this long journey towards success. When you put it like that, it sounds like you are helping us because it might look good on your resume, not because we are friends. On the contrary, it is because we are friends that I care so much to see you succeed, and that I believe helping you will allow me to succeed. You see a younger, more arrogant Chamber than I might have assumed helping others would hold him back from achieving success. But this colorful crew of yours is living proof that by working together even plebeians can accomplish incredible things. You helped me in my moment of need, Billy. Now I help you in yours, so that we might all succeed together. So speak at this noble Chamber. Hard to tell if he's being selfless or selfish right now, but at least he still seems keen on helping us. Nice. Our first friend upgrade of the day. When, oh when will all my sacrifices pay off, finally resulting in trophies and adulations I've always deserved? When, I ask, when? He needs a trophy, and I'm pretty sure we have plenty of trophies. Mr. Shamble, are you sure you want to keep traveling with us? We know you have your own dream to get back to and all. Worry not, friendship, this noble Shamble is happy to be helping you all. You could even say that in a way, your dream is my dream. You're gonna have to be more specific, buddy. I sacrificed many things to pursue my dream when I was young. Relationships, opportunities, anything to bring me closer to glory. But when I had no choice but to take a job as a bus driver to pay my college tuition, my pride was in shambles. I mean shambles. Okay, pardon. I got a bit bamboozled by the names. How could I, a proud, hardworking shamble, chauffeur toddlers to and fro rather than continue his studies or pursue his dreams? But then you, Billy, reminded me just how many people put their own dreams on hold just so they could help me achieve mine. My mother worked hard to give me a good life. My teachers tutored me after class. Even my fiancé stood by me when things looked bleakest. Thus, I no longer loathe my job. I see it as a chance to help others pursue their own dreams in some small way, just as others did for me. It does not matter how long or difficult my dream will be to achieve. All that matters is that I keep believing in it and in those who helped me. That's really noble of you, Shamble. I promise after we take down Leviathan, I'll help you same as you helped us. And it looks like Shamble has all the presents he could ever want. Why not treat him to some delicious dumpfish? Let's figure out which one would be the most beneficial to give. I suppose this orange one. We have plenty of fish, to be fair. I should be far too dignified to binge on cheap candies, but I cannot help myself, they are delicious. And munch munch munch. It's another friend fully leveled up. Let's read up the unlocked lore. He's laser focused on his ambitions of greatness, but isn't afraid to help others with their problems if they return the flavor. After realizing so many people work hard to support his dreams, Chamber is determined to work hard to support ours too. We have almost everyone from Dinoland level up. When you look at all the number 3s that are listed, only a couple more to go. I don't think we will be able to get them all, but let's see. This one is fully leveled up. This one is fully leveled up. This one is fully leveled up. I feel tougher than ever, but I don't wanna pick fights to prove it. What the heck is this feeling? I think you just feel, secure about your own strength. In a way that isn't super mature. You are like confident. Confident, I like the sound of that. Big time. He's also leveled up. I thought for a moment he wouldn't be, but that's okay. That one is fully leveled up. Also fully leveled up. Okay, this one wants music. And we do have music. I hope you annoying brats realize how much I appreciate everything you've done for me. Even if you are annoying. And I hope you realize how hard it is to tell whether you are happy or not, a rhino lady. What are you implying, you smug piece of kindling? That I hate you? That I am not grateful for all your help? You really are dense. Didn't you figure it out when I was cursed? I don't hate any of you. I'm just in a bad mood because I've been working too hard again. But an old lady like me wouldn't work so hard for the sake of annoying brats if she didn't like them in the first place. Understood? Understand? Never thought about it like that before. Guess I always assumed you didn't like us because of how grouchy you sounded. Stupid rants don't even realize how bright and cheerful I must feel to even explain this in the first place. Maybe once I'm back to my regular shipper demeanor, I can finally offer them proper thanks for their help. This must be Miss Garino's equivalent of gratitude, so I think we should be proud of ourselves for helping, maybe? Garino seems like one of those moody fellas. Only seems grumpy because she uses up all her energy taking care of people and rarely has enough leftover energy to be nice. Yeah. If I'm going to return to my normal ungrouchy self, I'll need something that reminds me of the gentle, delicate person I usually am. Sounds like flowers could be the ideal thing. No. Maybe paper hearts? No. Teddy bear? Doll? Trophy? Branch? Hearts? Music? Pillow? Butterflies. I would have never guessed that it was the butterflies. I feel 20 years younger. Thank you very much, darlings. All your care and attention did wonders for my mood. I have no idea how butterflies managed to help you, but okay. Miss Grino, are you feeling alright? Of course I am, you adorable little sailboat you. I haven't felt this positive in PP in weeks. Why do you ask? Well, it's a big contrast compared to how grumpy you were before, like disturbingly big. Entitled brats. Why go through the trouble of putting me in a good mood if you plan on complaining once you do? Didn't you listen earlier? I adore taking care of runs like you. I adore it so much. I always work myself too hard, then end up tired and grumpy. But I wouldn't ever have chosen to work in a school cafeteria if it weren't for how much I liked caring for children in the first place. And I wouldn't have stuck with you all for so long if I didn't care so much about each and every one of you either. You make a good point. I guess we owe you a lot of late thank yous for everything you've done, huh, Grino? Oh, don't worry your pretty little head about it, Billy. Just seeing that cute smiling mug of yours is all the thanks I need. Teehee. So, fish? What fish do you like? Seems like orange could work. Yeah, let's do a bunch of these. And one of these. There we go. Another friend, fully leveled up. You'll love to see it. Oh, sweetie pies, thank you so much for hugging me on white. I feel so chipper. I can finally be my lovely, dewy self again. This will take some getting used. Grino works herself to the bone because she loves us. I better make sure to work just as hard for the sake of her happiness. Okay, Frips needs something that sounds like butterflies. Apparently not. Maybe paper hearts. Flowers, I see. So I owe you and the rest of the creatures an apology. I finally realized none of you are sneaky little bird scale bandits at all. You are all just nice, and that's nice, you know. Took you long enough, seriously, why were you so sure we were thieves in the first place? Well, the school I used to go to had the worst of the worst bullies. They were seriously merciless and never left me alone. Since I had no friends, I started collecting feathers. I really liked feathers back then, and I wanted to collect lots of them. I wanted enough feathers to make wings of my own to fly away from those bullies that kept torturing me. That reminds me of a song I really like, which is from Jonathan Davis from Korn. I don't remember exactly the lyrics, but it's also about wishing to have wings to fly away, which is a nice thought, that's for sure. Very lovely. I ended up transferring to a new school instead. Things got better after that, but I still couldn't imagine anyone wanting to be friends with me. I could only see more bullies who wanted to hurt me, thieves who wanted to take away the thing that saved me when I was alone.
My goodness!
Thank you for the pie and for the scientist cameo. What a sad story. I'm so glad we were able to help you make trustworthy friends in the end. Same here, but the real question is, will we get to see those feathers of yours soon? Tell ya what, I'll show you my entire haul after we save the world of imagination. Consider it a bonus victory incentive. Deal? Deal, Frips. I can't wait to see them. Now we need to give him some fish. I suppose none of these is a bit picky, for sure. I wanna keep in my inventory at least one of each. Pretty good, nothing worth starting a collection over obviously, but pretty good, thanks for the snap. And was so scared he'd get mocked for loving feathers he began seeing everyone as potential bullies. Must have been stressful. He'll show us his feathers collection after we save the world. I can't wait. Let's hurry up and take down the levy up. So seems like the only remaining characters we need to level up are the Alfaror and Trigger. I'm just double checking that everyone has all the items. Seems like everyone indeed does. Yeah. So indeed, only 2 more to go. And they are both over here in the corner. So let's start with Alfaror. Alfaror needs weights. I don't think we have weights. No. And Trigger wants tools. I think we do have a couple of those, which is nice. You certainly have been keeping busy with those tools, Mr. Trigger, but are you certain you wouldn't rather relax? Heck nah. It's like I said when I was black and white. I'm Trigger, baby. Toughest of the tough. Anyone can count on me for anything, I tell him. And I like it that way. I ain't touchy-feely eats tiger around these parts, so knowing I can help in other ways is purely great. Pretty kind words coming from the dude who kept saying he wasn't a wimpy nice guy the whole time. Forget that. That's the rest the past. I made sense of my nonsense since then, I'll have ya know. I just figured I was in some lose-lose situation, see? If I wanted to make sure people trusted me to help them, I had to be tougher than nails. But when fewer and fewer folks came asking for help, I figured that all thought I'd gotten too soft to help no more. Truth is, they probably just didn't need my help no more since I did such a good job helping them in the first place. But I panicked anyhow. I had my run-in with you brats when I was trying to seem tougher than ever, in a not so clever way. Pretty sure I could figure it out alone, but I ain't ashamed to admit I appreciate your help. And you can definitely count on me for a hand down the line if you ever need one. Mr. Trigger isn't very honest, is he? Maybe he's just shy about admitting how sweet he really is. Seems to be the case. Hey, I was wondering, you got something I could use to help the dykes out during playtime? Like a toy you can build stuff with, maybe? Well, lucky you. I gotta be honest, brats. Feels weird to be acting so kind to everyone without worrying about seeming tough all the time. It's a first for me. Seriously, you told us you loved helping people. How could you do that if you had such a hard time being nice? Well, old men like me never learned how to talk about their feelings when we were young the way you did, kid. It's the way it was at the time. Like when all my old-timer friends from way back were going through rough patches, they were hurt and bad, but too proud to say so. Billy's father was the same after what happened to his wife. It was hard to watch, and Billy had no idea what to do. I bet I didn't know how to help my buds either. All I knew is I wanted to be there for them and do whatever I could to make things easier. Didn't matter if it was driving down for a chat on the porch or helping them build a dang porch. I just wanted to help in my own tough, clumsy way. Worried I was turning soft after a while was spending so much time worrying about my butt's feelings like some wimpy twerp, you know. It took a wuss like you to make me see the tougher thing to do was help them without worrying, but how it made me look. Ain't that funny? I don't think it's funny, I just think it's amazing you feel more comfortable showing kindness to your friends now, Trigo. Guess you're right, alright, since all y'all are my friends too, I'll be sure to help y'all out no matter what, cause I'm Trigger, baby. Time to feed him some fish. My favorite gummies, you found them? Ah heck, I don't care if it makes me look like a bus no more. Give me those candies, baby. So that's the Dinoland fully finished, except for Alpha Road. We need to find some weights for him. Hopefully we will be able to find them. Thought he needed to seem tough for people to ask him for help, but not too tough or he'd scare them off. What a balancing. Trigger worried looking out for his fellow tough friends made him look weak, but it takes lots of strength to care so. Yeah. We need some weights. I have no idea if there is any way of obtaining them easier. I think you just need to get simply lucky with the fishing spots. There probably isn't any easy way to go about it. Okay, this fella needs video games. Which we don't have. This fella needs, I forgot to read. Probably butterflies. Which we do have. Earning loot as a gift instead of earning it through theft might be swell, but it don't bring me the rush piracy do. I'm beginning to say we raiding landlubbers like he really was just a means to an end, a way to reach my real treasure. So you never cared about what you stole? Don't be silly, ya wisecracking waterfarer. Self-respecting pirates don't go pillaging for mere pennies. Of course I care what I stole. My point is, a scrawny skiff of a bird like me didn't have many opportunities growing up, but others did, and I wanted me share of them. That's why stealing things and taking them for myself was the most liberating feeling there was. It didn't matter how poor I was when I did. If I buccaneered, I could be anyone, have anything, live alive, live a life of thrills, not just chills. But you always wished there was a different way you could feel free and happy. Pillaging joy from landlubbers just means they'll end up as miserable as I was to begin with. I can't keep doing that in good conscience. So me thinks it's time to change course and follow your gift-giving lead. I'll find my thrills by sharing freedoms with others, not taking them. That's a wonderful idea, Shellican, and I will be glad to keep sharing our treasures with you too. Well. The ship-shaped friendship had her hatches buttoned down too long. Time for a buccaneer badge. Fetch me confetti-filled cannonballs. You mean one of these? Well, sing me. The thought of all my heart is grinning during the coming party's a fine thrill. I guess there are greater joys than piracy. I mean, glad you finally figured that out, but part of me feels it shouldn't have taken you so long, you know? Well, when you learn piracy from example, it ain't the easiest to unlearn your lessons. When I told you I didn't have many opportunities as a wee lad, I meant it. My old folks were broker than a splintered main brace. Some nights my family didn't even have enough hard tack to keep our bellies full. Them were rough waters, I tell ye, hearties. So to keep me and my siblings fed, they'd steal, sometimes coinage, sometimes goods. But it would always be to keep us fed, safe and happy. Goodness, that must have been so hard for you all. Aye, it was, but my parents only stole to keep our home ship-shape and their kids sailing. They were shanty-worthy sailors, through and through. I am the one who learned the wrong lesson from them. I shouldn't have assumed petty theft was a way to have fun or escape responsibility. I should have learned that nothing matters more than keeping your hearties safe and happy. But thanks to ya mateys, I finally learned it proper. So what say ya we work together to keep this beloved crew of ours happy to honest way, eh? R. Aye, Captain Shellican. Time to give you some fish. Let's give him the blue. Sweeter than a clap of thunder, these hair gummies be. Even the rarest riches of the seas couldn't fill me with glee like these. Nice. That's our first level 3 and the Fried Frost category. Only stole for the thrill of it. He's hoping giving to others instead of taking from them will be just as exciting from now on. Picked up stealing because his destitute parents sometimes did bad things to give him a good life. Talk about a rough childhood. That's a nice upgrade. Let's go this way. So Kobe needs a doll, I think. This is hard, that's what she said. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much I want to grow up, I still can't bring myself to let go of Pearly. Yeah, seems challenging, alright? Still, I wasn't expecting you to be that attached to the thing. To be honest, part of me wishes I wasn't. Part of me wants to grow up instead, become strong and brave, and make friends that aren't just toys. But the other part of me considers Pearly a real friend who helped me a lot over the years, a friend I can't just throw away. Pearly soothes my anxieties, gives me courage when I have none, even makes playtime more fun. That's why letting Pearly go sounds so scary, like what if I get anxious and stay anxious forever because I can't ever hug Pearly again? You don't need to let go of Pearly forever, you know. Yeah, what she said. Sure, growing up will mean learning to do stuff without Pearly, but you can take baby steps to get there, you know. Really, what a relief. I thought I had to grow up all at once and give up Pearly cold turkey. This makes things much easier. I feel braver and growing up already. In fact, I feel so brave, I think I can start limiting my Pearly snuggling to 23 hours per day. Well, that certainly is a baby step, I suppose. Okay, I've gotten better at letting go of Pearly, but sometimes I miss our old playtimes. Can I get a plushie to play with? Teddy bear. Sure. This baby step strategy is really helping. I feel more grown up each passing minute. Soon I'll only need to hug Pearly 22 hours a day. Well, progress is progress, I suppose, but you really love Pearly, don't you? Of course I do. Pearly's a memento of my big sister, after all. A memento? Wait, you mean your sister is... Alright, I never told you. Well, it was a long time ago, but yeah, my sister is gone. She was my best friend, and Barley was her favorite toy. She was really brave, really strong, and always there for me, so when she went away, I became super attached to Barley. It was like part of her was still with Barley, keeping me safe. And when people told me I had to let go of it to grow up, I thought they meant I had to say goodbye to my sister for good, but they just wanted me to become more mature, like my sister was. That's why I'm gonna follow her example. I'm gonna get really strong, really brave, and always be there for my real life friends. That way part of her will always be with me, even when Pearly isn't. That's really thoughtful, Kobe. I bet your sister would be super proud of you. Time to give you some fish. Let's do these ones. Yay, fishy goodness. These gummies are me and Pearly's favorites. The best of both worlds. Love to see it, another level 3. I feel so much more grown up now. Pearly's not the one taking care of me anymore. I'm the one taking care of Pearly. Love to see it. Kobe thought she'd have to let go of Pearly for good to grow up, not just a little bit. That explains a lot. Pearly is a memento of her sister, meant to give her strength now that she's gone. Such a touching story. Okay, that's the third level 3. I just noticed that the shark is also fully leveled up. That's nice. What about the fish over here? Making friends without lures is hard. If only there was a friendship brewing shiny I could give or receive to know I made one. That could be either friendship bracelet or paper heart. Let's try the bracelet. Okay, I finally made friends without using shinies, but what if they get tired of me and leave me too? It scares me. None of us would ever do that, Woogle dear. What makes you think we would? Isn't it obvious? No one would ever want to be friends with a gross-looking girl like me, not without a good reason. That's why I used shinies as lures. I figured I could trick people into liking me despite the way I look, if they got an enticing reward out of it. I made lots of friends that way, but once they got bored of my shinies, they'd get bored of me too and go away. But what if these real friends I made the right way leave me too? What if no one ends up really liking me because I'm ugly? Woogly dear, none of us plan on leaving you for any reason. We care too much about you to ever do that. You really mean it? You like me? And you are not gonna get bored of me or leave me alone? No. You are kind, considerate person, and we like the way you look too. None of us want you to feel gross around us. Plus, you were looking for Calypso to learn to feel better about yourself, right? Well, we are not magic heart fixers, but we promise to support you as much as we can and help you get better like she will. Then maybe you'll love yourself as much as we love you. Okay, I'll try believing I'm worth loving from now on. That way I'll get better at believing my friends love me too. Nice. I wonder, are there shinies out there that prove my friends love me without their hearts? That would be really reassuring. Well. It's paper hearts time. I still can't believe I have real friends who really do like me. I guess love isn't only about shinies. Of course it isn't, Google dear. What made you think it was? Well, because my mom loves me lots, but doesn't get to spend much time with me, her job keeps her really busy. On the rare occasions she does come home, she brings me fancy shinies as gifts, like brand new game consoles or really rare toys. She does it to show that she still loves me and that she works hard for my sake, so I don't blame her for working hard. But I guess after a while, I started assuming shinies were the only way to show love. That's actually quite common, I think. I do that sometimes too. Sheesh, talk about unfortunate. No wonder you kept harassing us with shinies back then. Even the meanest bullies became nicer when I invited them to play the lightest video games or swim in my mansion's pool. But whenever I wanted to do something other than share shinies with them, they'd get mad, call me ugly. For the longest time I thought that was how things were, but now I know real friends care about you, not your shinies. So I'm gonna learn to care about myself and care for my friends the right way, just like how friends care about me. Good plan, Woogle. You might not be using shinies to make friends anymore, but it sounds like you have a bright future ahead of you. Time to feed the fish some fish. Wouldn't this technically be considered cannibalism? That's certainly a thought. These fish are so tasty, I'll need to start using gummies as bait instead of shinies at this rate. You love to see it. Another level 3. Worried she wouldn't make friends without using shinies to trick them because of her looks. Glad we convinced her otherwise. Woogle used to think fancy gifts were the only way for her to express love. Now she understands her friendship itself is a gift. Okay. Love to see it. What about you? Billy, I want to play with a toy that makes me feel hardworking, even when I'm not working, like a construction set or something. I'm guessing you mean wrench? Apparently not. Maybe Lego. Zoggy's been having lots of fun playing instead of working lately, but part of her still feels bad for behaving like such a baby. But Zoggy dear, you're practically a baby. No, I'm not. Zoggy is the oldest girl in her family. I can be a baby, I have to be a responsible big girl who takes good care of her sisters. That means I have to grow up in a fast forward way, or else I'll fall for doom your family by acting your age tricks and turn into a bad girl. Zoggy dear, wanting to grow up is fine, but if you move too fast, you'll miss out on all sorts of important lessons and experiences. So that means Zoggy needs to take her time being a playful kid if she wants to become a good girl who takes care of her responsibilities. Of course, rushing things won't help anyone after all, and sometimes the most adult thing you can do is make time for playtime. Sounds like a mental gymnastics to feel good about indulging in baby stuff trip. But if it's not, then I'll do it. I'm gonna enjoy every second of playtime I get. That way I'll learn how to be an even better good girl, Zoggy. What kind of toy would help Zoggy be more responsible? Those sound nice, but they might be too good to be true, so it's secretly bad trick. Responsible toy that isn't a doll. Apparently it's none of the things we currently have, so... That's not a toy, and if it is, it doesn't look fun. Is this a gift, the wrong gift on purpose, and see what happens trick or something? I'm not sure what she needs, but we do not have it, unfortunately. Born over here seems to want music, which we do actually have. The music you got me is the perfect soundtrack for my daydreams. It's nice to enjoy getting lost in thought again, not just research. That's right, you did mention all the thinking you did while cursed was research, didn't you? About how to avoid changing, I believe. Basically, I was researching ways to be more normal while reminding my scatterbrained self, a way that didn't involve meeting Calypso. Sheesh, you really were afraid to lose part of yourself back then, huh? Yeah, I've been scatterbrained ever since I was young, and even though I was getting good grades in school, my parents worried my trouble focusing would be an issue when I grew up. They wanted me to get help from doctors, get better. However, I wondered, what if my parents didn't actually want me to get better? What if they just wanted me to be someone else? That's when I started worrying that getting better would get rid of the real me, or replace the real me with a different me. Goodness, no wonder you pushed us away when we first met. Anyone offering to help must have seemed so threatening to you. Yeah, but turns out you were all really nice and that you did want to help me, just like everyone else. Plus, now I know that getting better doesn't mean losing the real me. It means becoming a healthier, happier real me. So once our journey is over, for the sake of the real me and the friends who love the real me, I'll get the professional help I need. That's great, Ball. Be sure to let us know if there is anything else we can do to help, alright? He needs some fish. So I say let's give him the blue ones. And to top it all off, let's give him one of these. I wonder. Are these gummies the most delicious treats I've ever tasted? Could be. That's another level 3 in our inventory. Born worried that to be better at focusing they need to completely change. Rodrigo of all people reassured that they wouldn't. Born was researching a way to seem normal all this time to avoid being changed, but they aren't afraid to seek help anymore. Also, I forgot to read that Zoggy almost gave up on having fun forever, all for the sake of being more grown up. I can tell if that's silly or admirable. Well, it's nice to have another level 3. We are slowly going through this. Alphaness makes it easy to deny stuff like emotions and trauma, so I gotta get in touch with my beta side. What's the least alpha thing there is? Book, friendship bracelet, flowers, ice cream, this thing, paper hearts, art, pillow, whoopee cushion. He probably needs doll, but we don't have doll. Unfortunately, let's talk with the pufferfish. Redondo's talents continue to be ignored. Something must be done to fix this injustice. Perhaps a Trofeo Glorioso would help earn attention. I think that means trophy, which we do have. Billy Rodrigo, this is Rodondo's genius plan to have commoners pay attention to him. Backfired. He needs assistance. You see, after he caught their eyes, they asked to learn about the pufferfish behind the legends, the genuino, darts and all, Rododendo. But the mayor thought of being honest for once spooked Rododendo beyond words, so he fled heroically to avoid telling La Verita. Seriously, good grief, dude. How do you expect people to like the real you if you can't even be the real you? Rododondo could not help himself. He promised to stop spreading grandiose fictions and be proud of his true self, but the true Rhododendro is patentico. All he knows are lies and disappointment. He is a buffoon who deserves scorn and shunning. Rhododondo cannot keep masking uselessness with false embellishments, but no one will love him if he does not lie. It is a desperado cause. Rhododondo dear, no one wants you to be perfect, everyone just wants you to be well you. Exactly, besides the real you has tons of qualities. It takes a really creative and charismatic dude to come up with that many word lies, you know. You are being sincere? You really think people will actually appreciate the true imperfecto Rhododendo? Very well, Rhododondo will believe in your belief. Time for my fake bravery to become true, so I might be myself without shame. Think, Rhododondo, think. The real you requires a bombshell of a festa to receive attention. What item says party like nothing else? Probably the confetti? Friends, this is a miracle. The others, they really do love this Rhododondo. Flaws and all. Of course they do, dear. Why wouldn't they? Did you not listen to this handsome Rhododondo's melodious words before? It is because he believed his true self to be worthless. You see, this Rhododondo only got accepted into the Academia di Belle Arti thanks to the many companions who believed in him. So he promised to become the most famoso Rhododondo in the world of imagination, to live up to the sky-high expectations. But despite his passion and everyone cheering him on, this Rhododondo failed. And since this so-called glorioso Rhododondo could not bear the thought of disappointing those who put such faith in him, he began telling extravagant lies to trick them into believing he was as stupefacante as they once believed him to be. And you are tired of doing that, aren't you? See, thus from this day forth, the genuine Rhododondo shall strive to be as majestic as the Rhododondo he pretended to be. This nuovo Rhododondo will not give up on his dreams, he will not fear failure, and he will become someone his friends can be proud of. Well, you are on the right track, Rhododondo, because we are really proud of you already. Okay, he just needs some fish, apparently. Let's give him these ones. Delicioso! These gubby fish are fit to make both Rhododondo's heart and stomach grow 3 sizes. You know, now that I think about it, isn't it weird for you to be eating fish when you are... Shh, shh, shh. Speak no more, friend. Do not ask this wise Rhododondo questions when you do not want to hear the response. That's what I said couple minutes ago. Which is quite fun. For the first time, this Rhododondo is proud to be his true self, and he could not have done this without your help. That's nice. He used to spread zany rumors about himself to seem larger than life, but I prefer the real Rododondo to the fairy tale version. And now that Rododondo knows we like the real him, he plans on living up to Alto's wild story, so I cannot wait. Well, it's going nicely. I will take a sip of coffee. I suppose it's time to talk with this fella. Fetch me tools, I'll teach you to care for this Palcheritudinous ship. I'm guessing he means wrench, which we do have. You whippersnappers should learn to use tools as deftly as I. What? You'd live more enriching lives doing that than mafficking all day. Also nice to see you do the bone dance. I like that the emotes actually work. Nice. I'm not sure I understand. Are you worried Billy and the others are wasting time? Indubitably. I'm a man of considerable age now, and I've missed opportunities at every turn of my life, especially my younger years. Learning to pedal a velocipede, peregrinating the globe. What the heck are these words? I don't understand. Sampling the sapidity of various delicacies. I shall never know such simple joys now that I'm old, thus I want the dots of today to spend their fleeting youths more wisely than I. You sure don't make those joys sound simple, but I guess it explains why you kept nagging us to get our acts together. My motive was pure, though now I realize it is wiser to give you the freedom to make your own choices. That too is valuable experience. Agreed, Mr. Gargando, but I still don't understand why you think it's too late for you to have those nice experiences too. Onyx agrees that the words are indeed confusing, also that's a nice pupper. Well, I'm too old, you see. I missed my chance at a happy life ages ago. Helping you avoid my pitfalls is all I have left, I'm afraid. No way, you lived a long life and still have time left. Both your past and future ought to be full of things to be excited about, you know. Haram? You mean I ought to improve and enjoy my own life? Well, since you insist, perchance an honest try is in order. Yeah, you are never too old to try new things, unless you are bedridden, which is unfortunate. These whippersnappers are rather praiseworthy, but so am I. I deserve a trophy to reward my exemplary accomplishments for a change. I think we have trophies, so that's nice. That will be another level 3 in our party, you'll love to see it. It appears this doddering, self-righteous old fellow owes you toddlers an apology and heartfelt thanks. Why so, Mr. Gargando? I can't recall any of us doing anything. I'll have you know, you've done me a great service teaching me the very lessons I meant to teach you. You see, it wasn't until relocating to a retirement home that I realized just how long my life had been, and just how little of it there was left. I no longer had the freedom of my younger years. I began seeing old friends wither away, and most of all I harbored many regrets. I was past my prime, and it was far too late to do everything I ever wanted. I'd wasted considerable precious time on things I wish I hadn't. So when you saw us wasting time, you started worrying that we'd feel that way too by the time we were older? Forsooth, There are many things I wish I did differently in my youth. I did not want you to harbor these same grim thoughts. But thanks to you all, I also remember many choices I do not regret in the slightest, and I look forward to making countless more. You reminded me it's never too late to live life to the fullest. Thus, I henceforth vow to take pride in my past and unabashedly savor my future. You are a little dramatic sometimes, Gargando, but I want to be as optimistic as you when I'm your age. How about some fish? My word, these sweets are so scrumptious I can't keep myself from gorging. I'll transmogrify into a flabby jolly jollox at this rate. I guess what he meant to say was he will be a hacking chonker from all these fish, which is understandable. I used to think he was a bit of a know-it-all, but he just wants to make sure we don't end up having the same regrets as him. No matter how old you get, it's never too late to live your life to the fullest and follow your dreams. You go, Gargando. It's another level 3. Nice to see you dance, by the way. That's a cool emote. I'll need something harder than my clam to survive the outside world. Like a tank or a fortress, but how do I build such big blocky things? I don't have Lego. If I'm to satiate my curiosity with hurting anyone, I'll need a plaything full of knowledge to satisfy me. Book? I must admit, books are replete with secrets. Maybe I should use these to satisfy my curiosity instead of harassing strangers. Gee, ya think? Oh, don't be sassy, Rodrigo. Whisper's still learning, although I suppose she was learning things before too. Of course I was. Knowledge is power, and in the right hands the power can help all sorts of people with all sorts of things. You mean when you were cursed, you were harassing everyone for secrets because you wanted to help? But you were so aggressive about it? Well, you wouldn't tell me anything, and I assumed all who refused to share information were simply selfish. In the end, I suppose I was the selfish one. I only cared about uncovering secrets. I never shared what I learned with anyone. My intentions might have been pure, but I still ignored everyone's privacy, never considered their feelings, only what I stood to learn from them. Perhaps time to start sharing my knowledge instead of simply hoarding it for myself. Maybe that way I'll teach other knowledge seekers not to make the mistakes I have and be able to help them like I've always wanted. That's a wonderful idea, Whisper. I'm sure you'll learn a lot of new things by helping people too. Okay, that's level 2. Let's see if we can deal with level 3. Better way to display my information collection for all to see. It would be much easier to help others that way. Information collection. It's not book. Whatever it is, I do not sadly have it, so that will need to wait. Blah. I feel like playing video games. I don't have video games. I will need to fish some more. Gonna use music to meet people instead of hide. I'm pretty sure I'm out of music as well. This fella is... What? Yeah, Lego. I don't have Lego. Pingu over here needs music. I do not have. Shrimp over here needs Jim Junk. I do not have. Ovo. Ovo, what's this? Needs something. Ovo needs trophy. Ovo needs trophy. I think we do have trophy, so let's give Ovo trophy. Ovo, what's this? Ovo keeps telling everyone how special she is, but they avoid her instead of wanting to befriend her. Why? Because you look like a show-off, doing that everyone's too intimidated or annoyed to wanna be friends, you know. Ovo, what's this? A show-off? Ovo doesn't want that. Sure, Ovo likes attention and praise for her talents and efforts. But the reason Ovo wants this is to make friends who appreciate how creative and dedicated she is, not scare them away. Ovo there. Back when you were cursed, you hated when others seemed more special than you, correct? Of course, Ovo was afraid she didn't deserve friends who were so much better than her, so she kept insisting she was special. Well, even with good intentions, by showing off the way you are making everyone feel the same way you did back then, see? Ovo, what's this? Fiasco? Ovo became the very thing Ovo hates? She needs to rethink her strategy fast. If Ovo is so special, she makes others feel they are not special enough to be her friend. And nice to see you finally arrive, Bonix. It took you long enough. But yeah, nice to see you arrive, that's for sure.
No.
It's okay, thank you for the now. Then Ovo will help everyone feel just as special as her. That way everyone will be special and get along. Ovo's an adorable genius. Ovo needs painting supplies to teach others to be cute and creative like her. Fetch some quick. I think I do have some. Which means we will have yet another level 3 in our group. You'll have to see it. Ovo, what's this? Ever since Ovo started helping others be special and creative like her, she feels loved. But why? Ovo isn't the cutest, smartest or cleverest, yet everyone still appreciates her for who she is. What is this? Pretty sure people just like you for who you are, you know, not for how many trophies you've got or how talented you are. Ovo, really? Ovo didn't even know that could happen. Ovo always had to work really hard to be liked. Ovo's family never had much money, so Ovo had to work a lot to pay for her schooling and become an artist. Ovo had the best and excelled at everything she needed to win awards, get scholarships, join art exhibits, everything. Goodness, I know you mentioned making lots of efforts to stand out, but I never imagined you did this much. Yes, and Ovo felt she had to keep doing this, or no one would think she was special. No one would think she was worth anything. But Ovo knows she doesn't have to be the most special to matter now, just like she knows everyone else is special in their own way. From now on, Ovo is not trying to make Ovo stand out, Ovo's just going to be happy being Ovo. I like the sound of that, and we really do appreciate how special you are, Ovo. Looks like Ovo needs some fish. Let's give her some fish. Let's give her the blue ones. and one of the orange ones. Ovo? What's this? These gummies are as sweet as Ovo. Is cute. She might have delicious competition soon. Love to get level 3, that's for sure. And the new lore says that flaunting her talent non-stop draw people away, so her new plan is to help others be as special as her. Seems appropriate. Ovo thought she'd only get attention by standing out from the crowd. Glad she finally realizes that there are other ways to be loved. Also forgot to read the new lore over here. Wanted to learn everything for the sake of helping others, but convinced her sharing some of that knowledge would help too. Well. Sharky over here is fully finished. And the Forogoro, this humble frog, has a request. Find tools worthy of my calling, so I might put them to good use for others. He needs tools that we do have, which is nice. Mr. Forogoro, I know you are feeling better now that your colors are back, but aren't you pushing yourself too hard? Impossible. Polywogs of my pedigree never work too hard. Besides, I must make up for the time I wasted while monochromatic. From now on, I must work twice as hard, no, thrice as hard. Wow. You can't do that, dude. You'll turn black and white again if you overdo it like that. But I must work. My loved ones are counting on me to help if I do not push myself beyond my limits again and again. Oh, I dread just thinking about what would happen if I don't. Such shameful dishonor would be unbearable. Mr. Forogoro, I understand wanting to work hard to make your loved ones happy, but even the best ships need regular maintenance. Sometimes the best way to help those counting on you is to rest. You'll be no help to anyone if you end up sinking after all. You mean taking time to address my own needs will allow me to be better address those my croak loved ones? I think I read that wrong, but very well then. I hereby vow to dedicate every ounce of my strength and courage to this rejuvenating rest you speak of. You know, hearing that makes me feel more worried somehow. So much reading. Strange. My eyes yawn, close against my will. Could this ailment be the sleepiness I've heard the rumors of? What must I use to cure it? I suppose a pillow would do nicely. Tadpoles, please allow me to beg forgiveness for my earlier insolence and extend my gratitude towards you. What are you talking about, Mr. Forogoro? We didn't do anything that deserves this kind of thanks. On the contrary, I had lost sight of the value of my own well-being. I was overwhelmed by my responsibilities as company CEO. Oh my god, the frog is a CEO. Overwhelmed by your what's as a what? You see, I took a great gamble starting my own business, and those who put their trust in me, who agreed to come work for me, they took even greater risks. Some put their livelihoods, their families, even their dreams on the line to help me. Goodness, no wonder you felt the need to work so hard. You must have been under tremendous pressure. Indeed, I could not let them down. I needed to ensure their safety and happiness. Thus, over and over, I willed my health away to keep my company thriving, to keep my loved ones safe. But no longer, I cannot allow myself to continuously burn out, for if I am not there, to guide my loved ones. No one else will be. I vow to you I shall never work myself too hard again. I promise to care for myself just as I care for those counting on me. Sounds like you are in good hands then, Forogoro. Time to give him some fish. The yellow ones I don't have many of. Yeah, I will need to give him these ones, I think. These candies fill me with passion and courage. What an incredible feast you've offered me, that force. Love to see it, another level 3 in our team. A dramatic frog with the discipline of a samurai and the determination of businessmen, fond of writing haiku. He used to think taking breaks was both inefficient and dishonorable. Definitely explains why he was so stressed out earlier.
What in fuck's name are you doing?
Ah! My goodness!
That was a interesting combination of Carl and the scientist, that's for sure. Overworked himself trying to support those who put their trust in him, but won't make that mistake again. His help matters too. Okay. Well, that's pretty much everyone. Last one is this Hydril over here. Sadly, we do not have music, so we'll need to come back later when we fish up some more stuff. I haven't looked into this room yet, but I don't think there is many people in here. Just the two of them. Prickle needs a whoopee cushion, I think. Prickle, are you alright? You've been giving that whoopee cushion quite the stare. I am fine. This has nothing to do with me. Realizing toilet humor can save me from my fears of personal growth. No siree. Come on, dude. What happened to that promise you made? Weren't you gonna stop using jokes to run from problems? I never said that. Or well, okay, maybe I did, but I'm nervous, okay? Look at me. I'm shaking like a rattlesnake. Like, look, I know I have things I need to work on, and I know there is serious stuff out there that I can't just ignore forever. But actually, addressing those issues will just depress me and make me a serious buzzkill, won't it? Not to mention I'd be a boring slog. And how am I supposed to become a famous comedian if I'm too mopey to invent snake-themed zingers? Dude, you keep acting like your comedy's gonna suffer the second you try tackling anything more remotely serious. But the thing is, you won't grow as a person or a comedian if you don't challenge yourself to face things you are uncomfortable with. You know? So stop using jokes as a way to run from stuff that scares you. Use them to give yourself the courage to laugh through your darkest moments. You mean like trying to find the comedy in my serious moments instead? That's genius. Man, I owe you one for that tip. Now I know exactly how to grow into my own skin. And I'm not talking about shedding either. I should read a book. Those are great for learning new things, right? Heck, I bet I'd even get inspiration for new jokes by reading one. Sure. Hey fellas, guess what? I just had a huge epiphany about how to stay funny and confront serious issues at the same time. You did? Yep. See, at first I worried I was gonna bite off more than I could chew, tackling all this important and funny stuff while staying witty and upbeat. But then I remembered snakes swallow stuff whole, so I had nothing to worry about when it comes to chewing. That's actually a good joke. For the love of just say it clearly, will ya? Alright, no need to boo and hiss, but seriously folks, I totally understand why it's important not to run from serious stuff now. See, I've been thinking about what makes all my favorite comedians' stand-up routines so funny to me, and I realized something. It's not just the wit of their one-liners, it's the way they turn dark, personal experiences into memories worth laughing about. So I think being a comedian is about more than cheap laughs, it's about giving people courage to keep smiling even when things look bleak. And if their jokes were funny enough to give me the courage to quit my day job to become a full-time comedian, then I'm gonna face my fears, become funnier than ever, and tell jokes that give all of you the courage to face your fears with a smile too. You've really grown, Prickle, and I can't wait to hear your new and improved jokes either. Thanks, but just so you know, I will keep making snake puns, so don't boo or hiss when you hear a bad one. Okay. How about some fish? Do, do, do. These taste amazing. I could eat them all day. Oh dang, I just bit my tongue. Are you alright, Breakup? That depends. Am I venomous? Prickle was afraid he'd lose his sense of humor by trying to confront a serious situation. Now he laughs in the face of danger. And comedians teach us to face the darkest moments of our lives with smiles on our faces. Never looked at it that way before. I don't know about you guys, but I think these jokes are kind of not my kind of jokes. But that's okay. A trophy, that's how those bees will level up, I suppose. Our last trophy. Thank you all so much for the trophy present. It really makes me feel like a special friend of yours. You are welcome, dude. Though I'll be honest, I can't quite wrap my head or arm, I guess, around why you wanna be special. If I'm being super duper honest, it's because I'm scared that I'm just normal, I'll be forgotten, or my life will be meaningless. I have big dreams, but I'm still just another worker bee among thousands, and I'm sick of being a nameless cog in the honey-making machine. So that's why you were trying to get everyone's attention. You wanted them all to think you were important. That's right, and since I don't have any skills that make me stand out, I figured the only solution was to seem special. But I'm obviously not, and even though you all make me feel special, it doesn't change the fact that I'm just a boring nobody. Sometimes I wonder if I should just stop wasting precious time and give up on being special or happy. But Banglebee, there is no need to give up on happiness. You don't need to be special or famous to enjoy life. Exactly. In fact, discovering new things that make you happy might even help you discover things that make you special, you know? Seriously? Thank you for the burger. I shall eat the burger, thank you. I tried to do some hand gesture, but it just sliced my face, instead of being funny. Well. Perhaps someday I will master the art of being contorted in funny ways. I think it's a nice redeem though. So, I had no idea it was so easy. Okay then, I'm gonna commit myself to being happy so I can become truly special. In order to be especially super happy, I need to find some video games. And that's as far as we can go, since we do not have any more. Thought being famous was the only way to find happiness in life. Good thing we set him straight before something bad happened. So, that was a lot of reading. Hello? It was weird. That was weird, also kind of spooky. Suddenly enveloped in darkness. Seems like we are good to go now. Time to fish. Sadly, in this particular spot there are no items to fish out. And most of our friends actually need some cool items to be leveled up. So we need to definitely keep an eye out for the fishing spot. This is it. Once I climb these stairs, I'm finally find it. The solution to each and every one of my problems. I pray this Sanctum of Self makes me completely happy at last. I'm running out of options to avoid issues. Kinda sounds like the avoiding part is the issue, Buck Lady. No, it isn't. It can't be. I need a solution. Spiritual enlightenment. Vitamin supplements. Anything. Anything that doesn't mean I have to relive the guilt of leaving Klops. So give me a solution or get out of my way. I think if we rescue this person, we will be able to colorize the one in the underwater section that we didn't get to do yet, so that will be nice. I need solutions, not more struggles. Running away from my problems is way better than making myself sadder thinking about sadness. Aren't you just making it worse? You are too unforgiving with yourself. Yeah, you might have made a mistake, but that doesn't mean you can't fix it. Don't let guilt or fear stop you from doing what you think is right. That is true. I need to help myself before I can help Klops. I can't let guilt or heartbreak get in the way. Thank you for reminding me. Lots of green. Lots of green. And some yellow as well. Okay. Need more green. Let's try more yellow as well. Because that could probably do something. Now let's keep it like this for now. Okay, this is going fast. We did it. Nice. I thought my relationship with Klops caused my sadness, but it was actually making me happy. Something else is the cause, but what? I feel so guilty about the mistakes I made, and I'm scared I'll only make things worse, trying to fix them head on, you know? Sounds like a tough situation. That's for sure. What's with this smoke? It's hiding out tokens. There is no telling what they do just by looking anymore. It's gonna be down to our memory now. Let's see, what are you so worked up about? Support their passion, temper their enthusiasm. Let's support the passion. This is really important to you. I never realized people could care so much about this kind of thing. Obviously, if I do something wrong, especially something that hurts my loved ones, nothing is more important to me than righting it. Okay. So we need this. And we need this. That could actually be the win, let's try it. Unless we mess up the attacks. Yeah, that will be the win. We just need to nail this Wheel of Fortune. It worked. You are right. I can't let guilt keep me making me look for solutions to problems I don't have. I need to be brave and make things right for love. You made a new friend. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Mother Prisma. Oh, thank goodness, dearie, you finally arrived. Perfect timing too, since your other self has been here a while. Well, come on now, no time to dawdle. You've already kept me and yourself waiting, not to mention the self you don't remember being part of you. Thank you for the coffee. Who are you and what the heck are you talking about? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. Call me Mother Prisma. I guide pilgrims like you through the Sanctum of Self to meet their selves within. And I'm quite excited for you to finally meet yourself again, dearie. Or well, the other one, but not the one you are holding in your hand. Good heavens, what I say it out loud. Does that sound complicated, doesn't it? No wonder the stained glass window is in disarray. Look, lady, let's just shelve the self-nonsense, okay? We are only here for the color core. Think you can guide us to that instead? Ah, yes, of course, the yellow core. Step right into Sanctum of Self's heart, dearie. You'll see it there, same as yourself sees you with it. It sounds like some Philosopher's Stone kind of deal. To progress into the pyramid, we'll need to visit all 3 surrounding shrines first. A hopelessly romantic mantis who fidgets a lot has a habit of looking for answers everywhere but her own heart. Okay. Well, before we do anything, let me quickly travel back to over here, because there is a lonely fella that needs to be colored. Now that we found the friend that was needed for it. Hold up. Mantadora? Manta baby, is that really you? What are you doing here? Do you notice Palucos? Klops. Oh dear, I'd heard you weren't holding up well after our breakup, but oh there, oh there. What? No, Manta baby, please. I'm not. I don't. You wanted this, didn't ya? You wanted my gal to see me at my lowest and bridled me when I was down, didn't ya? Well, you tangled with the wrong shark. I'ma make you pay for giving me false hope. I'ma put you in my pipe and smoke you. Interesting. Ice cream. Ice cream? Do we get to keep the ice cream if we defeat it? I wonder. Think I'm running from solutions to my problems, do ya? I suggest you subs run from the cauliflower eye problem I'm about to give you. Need an ear, buddy? All you do is complain. Don't lose hope. I know things are so hard, you want to give up. Dad did too after what happened to Mom, but you can do it. You are stronger than you think. I wouldn't buy that sort of nonsense for half a nickel, ya wise head, but as for an empty word's go, these weren't half bad. Okay, right. Sadly we can't do much until we defeat the ice creams. Which is a bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. We need to shuffle, I think. Okay. That should be a good start to the fight. So far so good. This is the relatively harder variant of this puzzle game. But we did it. Now we just need the brown stars in all 3 lanes. Could be either easy or hard, we shall see. I know what it's like, you know. What a slop. What's the source of your anger? Seriously, I don't understand. Who are you upset at? Me? Mantadora? Yourself? No clue, punk. I just wanna get my heart out of this jam and be back with my throw. But even effort can make that happen, can it? It's a lot of colors revealed. That's nice. Okay, 1 brown over here. One brown over here. Now we need to shuffle for the third one. We got it, so that's nice. Nice to see you dance as always. Okay, first ice cream has been defeated and hopefully also collected. The second one was also defeated and hopefully also collected. And the third one is also done for. Now we just need to deal with the actual clops. Do not tell me to move on like the rest. That's a steaming load of apple sauce, and you know it. You chumps ain't got a clue about my heart. Billy, please let me talk to him. I know I broke his heart before, but maybe this time I can heal it. You got it. Just follow our lead, okay? We'll be counting on you. Let Mantadora keep apologizing. Let Mantadora comfort him. Comfort sounds nice. I know you are hurting a lot right now, Clops, but I want to fix things, not keep them broken, so please let us help, will you? You mean it? Holy mackerel, somebody pitch me, cause this is a dream come true. My heart's on the mend already. Nice. Let's see what could be good. I suppose nimble and a little bit of moon and a little bit of shield in the first line. Then we need little bit of light blue and little bit of moon, which reveals the yellow. Let's shuffle hand in hopes of getting yellow. We did get yellow. So that should be a nice progress. Unless we fail the minigames, which I am already failing at the first one. Okay, we managed to deal with this. One more moon needs filling though. Every chump I meet treats me like some 2-bit goon, cause I do nothing but wallow in misery, but none of them ask why I'm wallowing. What? Oh well. Time to try again, I suppose. Everyone feels insecure. Sometimes confidence isn't always easy. You are exaggerating. Let's do this. I can make you feel confident, but I can remind you of all the good things about you, even if you are struggling. Can't say I think of myself as the bee's knees, but hearing ya cheer me on despite everything puts fire back in my belly palm. Get freaking bonked with kindness. Thank you for the link and for the coffee. Okay. I need light blue. I didn't get it. There we go. And now let's hope for the best. Okay. That was close. Very close, actually. Sure, Calypso might make things better eventually, but isn't blubbing about the breakup just gonna hurt? Or will it really help? Okay, and the last one should be the final blow. Thank you for the squeaky bones. You made your point, kid. Moping all day won't get me over this achy breaky heart. Time to bite the bullet and face my sadness head on. Your friend. Love to see it. A hard-bitten hammerhead shark trying his best to mend a broken heart. Sheesh. Why is it gotta be so dang stressful to ask Calypso for help? My pumps hoofing it like a ragtime dancer over here. Klops, dear, if you are having second thoughts, we could always just try another solution. No way, Manta baby, I wanna make things between us right, see? And if being square with that brainy canary is the only way to get better, then I ain't gonna be no chump about it. I'm gonna work to make mad things no matter what it takes, cause I love ya, Manta baby. Ooh, Klops, I love you too. I promise to do my best to make this work again. And we still cannot buy ice cream, which is heavily unfortunate. Also, this island still doesn't have the heart on it, which is a bit weird because I was pretty sure we already collected everything in this area, so let me quickly double check. Because that do be kind of weird, you know. Maybe there is something I'm missing somewhere. Let's drive around with our boat. Maybe it's this chest. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. We already been over there. I don't see anything. Let's try to go in the cave. Maybe the answer to our question is somewhere within. Oh, I cannot make this jump. I can. But yeah, I don't see anything. What is this? Is it some secret code? We found Lego. Oh, that was the missing item. So that's nice. That's one thing solved. Therefore we can now transport back to the Sanctum of Self and find some stuff in here, I suppose. That sounds like a plan. Let's jump on the boat. Let's go back where we've been, which is over here. Also might as well fish while we are here. Even though there aren't any items, it's still good to collect at least the fish. Because the friends do need them to fully level up. Should I try jumping down there? I guess I should. It just takes me up here. There is a fishing spot over here too. Wait, no items unfortunately. It was worth a shot. Hardly no items. I have no idea how to fish in this spot. But that's okay. We cannot go inside, apparently. Or can we? We can. Me and my shadow investigate the stained glass. It's a cutscene. Been a while since the last cutscene, that's for sure. And it was a short one. Also, we got some new lore about Mother Prisma. An old lady from the Sanctum of Self. Rodrigo thinks all she says is nonsense, but I'm not so sure. Okay. Interesting. I didn't mean to leave, I was just exploring. There is nothing here, just a stained glass window. A really creepy one. What gives it? Where is the code? Right of self-reflection. Sounds like something we could do, I suppose. Okay. It's a big area. So, how was it, dearie? Did you find what you were looking for in the stained glass window, or was it not quite what you imagined for once? Are you messing with us? There was nothing in there and you know it. We told you we need a color core, not descriptive. I wasn't asking you, Rodrigo. I need you to be patient and let Billy speak for themselves instead of getting in their way. You know our names? Wait, that's not the point. You've got it all wrong. I'm helping Billy, I'm talking so they don't have to. I know, but this last score can be reached until Billy faces herself, as per Sanctum writes. Sharing their stained glass vision is step 1, so... It was like looking in a mirror, but all I could see were things that scared me, things I didn't like about myself. Well done, Diary. Acknowledging the parts of ourselves we don't like isn't easy, especially when they are important parts. So, a funny wise man once said, everything has beauty, but not everyone can see it. So today we teach you to see that beauty. Quickly now to the Eastern Shrine, past the rite of self-reflection, to come one step closer to the truth. Don't keep yourself waiting. Just who are you, lady? Oh, I can't answer a question like that, not until Billy sees herself a teensy bit more clearly, so to the shrine you go. Okay. It was a bad move. Do you think there is any secret along the wall? We did see a couple of secrets that were hidden like this, so we might as well try our best. Oh, look, a secret. Those coins sure do float in convenient patterns. It's almost like a game designer is using them to guide your path. Weird, right? I didn't see any coins, but nice to get a top. Okay. I do see the item over here, which is a wrench. Nice. Ice cream. Why cannot I fish? There we go. I see doll and I see whoopee cushion. I think I want the doll. This will be difficult though. If I am patient, I will be able to do it. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, at least one of our friends wanted a doll, so that's why I prioritized getting the doll. Also, one of the fish is new, lime pufferfish. These gummies needles contain lime juice instead of venom, which sadly attracts predators instead of deterring them. It sounds actually very tasty. I wouldn't mind some lime gummies. We got some weights, that's nice. Might as well pick up these coins since they are just laying around. Let's see. This is where we would fall if we would follow the pattern from the top side. I'm not entirely sure what the light means. It doesn't seem like I can do anything about it. And there isn't anything over there either. Let me quickly check in this direction. There is a fart wind that we can use to levitate. Over here. Can we fish? Somehow I managed to do it. Okay, the only item we can get is the whoopee cushion, so let's try our best. There we go. Okay, this is a secret door. Or at least that's what I assume. Nothing else in over here, so instead of going into the main door, let's start with the secret door and let's see what happens. Puzzle. I hear a dot, but I don't see it. Oh, it's up there. How do we get up there? I think we need to roll the ball. And that opens up the path to the top. Nice. Eek, how did you get here? Wait, how did I get here? That's an interesting thought, that's for sure. Now we need to do what? Now we need to get back up there. Okay. I guess in order to do that, we just need to do this and I'm not too sure actually what do they want us to do. Actually, I think I know. This is actually easy. I was bamboozled for a second, but now I know what to do. There we go. That should open up the third one. And I already see a friend over there, so that's exciting. Let's see if we can rescue this bird lady. You need airdrops or something. You look like you haven't blinked in weeks. Never mind slept. Where'd you come from? This cave's in the middle of the boonies. I was supposed to be safe here. Relax, step outside and get some air, okay? I think you've been cooped up in here too long. Are you Duffy? I am absolutely not leaving this cave. There is all sorts of folks looking to get me out there. Even if I was keen to leave, rotten eggs like me don't deserve to. So let me rot alone unless you want to get a hiding. Okay. Is that a kiwi? Is that kiwi bird? I like kiwi. If you knew all the mare I'd been culled through, you'd wanna skulk in a cave for the rest of your life too. Reminds me of Kiwi 64, but a bit more furious version, I suppose. Show some guts, will ya? You've been alone a long time. I used to be like you too. After what happened to Mom, I was too scared to face reality at all, honestly, but I'm better now, see? So I bet you can get better too. You are as deep in your own cave as I am in mine, if you actually believe one bit of any of that silly rant. Was that wrong? I suppose it was wrong. Well then. Let's take some guesses. What color haven't we tried? Hopefully we will get lucky. Although I doubt it. Okay, stars are correct. And the triangles are correct. Nice. I heard stories about the state of the world and they make me absolutely knackered with fear. No way I am going out there. Need to vent? That's kind of sus, guys. Oh, suck it up or look on the bright side. I think Amogus is the correct answer. You don't have to tell us what's bothering you if you don't want to, but we are both willing to listen if you are willing to talk, alright? You offering to help? I never thought anyone would offer that. Guess I've been cooped up so long my jitters gotten extra bad. There we go. So we clearly need more yellow. And we need what we don't have. So let's shuffle. This is the way. Apparently we also need lots of brown. So let's do it. Let's do it like this because I don't wanna overdo it. I am chock-a-block with guilt and anxiety. Sometimes it feels like I ought to stay put and wallow, but you are sure I deserve to live? How am I sure the world outside my cave wasn't to get me? Well, now that you mention it, it does sound sus. Oh my god, it is Among Us. I knew it. If you knew all the mare I'd been through, you'd wanna skulk in a cave for the rest of your life too. You are not as bad as you say. Stop making fun of yourself. Keep trying. Even if you don't think highly of yourself, you can still do things no one else can. Try not to forget, okay? You mean it? Even a stinking, rowdy, paranoid girl like me has worked? Automate. I'd blush if I weren't so damn jittered. Seems like we only need the plus signs. So we need to shuffle. And again. And again. And again. And again. There we go, finally. It was a close battle, but we managed to persevere. Apparently I am a quick time master according to Vonix. I don't like who I used to be, but I deserve a chance to get better, and you are gonna give me one Flokkas out of here. It does look kind of like a kiwi, which is lovely. Okay, new colors, just the drop. You'll have to see it. That's the big cave finished up. Unless there are some secrets hidden behind this ice. I don't suppose there are. A pretty paranoid kiwi. It is a kiwi, I was correct. Who doesn't blink very much. Apparently she has a thing for handsome guys in fancy hats. But yeah, apparently I am the master of the quick time events. That's very, very kind of you to think such a thing. Very, very kind. Thank you for the coffee as well. I suppose now it's time to jump through the window. Oh my god, it worked. I didn't know it would work, but it worked. That's actually funny. Do you know where I can find the nearest void? I want to scream into it and see what happens. I have no idea. Was this a secret? I suppose it was, because there is no way out of here. That's actually kind of funny that I discovered it by accident. Can we jump to the other window as well? Apparently not. Let's go through the main door then. The first right. Guide the sunbeam. Something something. Hey. Anta et unicorn zebra guy. Think you could help us with this puzzle? Such stupendously stupid sycophantic speeches can seduce someone so strikingly smart as spirally scrums. Listen, dude, I couldn't understand half the words you just used. You are making fun of us. Behold, my big, beautiful brain bags for better than benefiting bumbling buffoons battles with befuddlement. Begone, brats. Okay. Terrified of these tantalizing tongue twisters, I dwell to triumph in test of temperament. Truly you two are total twits. You are really good with words. Are you really that smart? Pen's mightier than the sword, you know. And words have a lot of power about good and bad, so pay attention to what you say, okay? You don't want to hurt anyone with yours. You claim I could be more caring by calculating the consequences my comments create. Clever cognition, chum, I concur. Yeah, see, that's a big boy. Actually, quite big boy. That could be fun. Let's see. Let's double up the yellow. We don't know what the other colors might be. So let's use maybe shields and maybe diamonds, just to test the waters. Maybe we will guess right, you never know. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was nice. Another nice one. I don't desire to diminish the deeds and distinctions of differencing denizens, but I don't discern how to define my dignity delicately. Okay. Wow, none of this. Alright. I cannot conjure compassion for crude cretins' concerns. Cease complaining, concede, checkmate, and crown me champion. Huh. You thoughts are total twits. My tongue twisters are so thoroughly torturous you'd be trounced 1,000 times in tourney. You trying to say you are smarter than we are? Our friends could beat you at tongue twisters any day of the week, buddy. Yeah, advancing an alliteration altercation against me, ambitious but amusing, I accept, argue away adversaries. Well, Krut, he called my bluff, alright Billy, it's all up to you now. Think of someone who stands a chance against his brainiac. Gargando, you know big words, right? Isn't Whisper a genius? I don't know, Gyro. Gargando is the old one, and he does have some weird words. Whisper is also very knowledgeable, since he steals the knowledge from everyone. Gyro doesn't speak, so that's obviously bad decision. I will try Gargando, I think. Big words? Is that all my Victorian vocabulary means to you? Haram, I say. You wound me and my erudition. Front we forfeit finish. What a funny way for you fiends and friends to flop. Well, that's depressing. Let's see. Can any of these reveal what is... Yeah, this one. Let's throw you in with the plus, which reveals that we need red ones. And I will put the red one next to you. I could try extra green as well as extra yellow, because that could be somewhere along the way, I suppose. And let's keep it like that for now. Oh shoot. I missed my chance. Hopefully this will do something. I mean, it did something. Without my wondrous wit whiplashing wise words so wickedly the world wouldn't want nor welcome me, what to do? I cannot conjure compassion for crude cretins' concerns. Cease complaining, concede, checkmate, and crown me champion. So, let's speed to the second stage of this sad spectacle. Still, I suspect subpar showmanship from this session's selection. Is Garino any good at this? Go bark, use your energy. Rhododendrons I'll talk, so maybe. Let's try bark. Yes. I beat Big Brother in brain battles breathless. I'll bruise this big brain boy's ego so bad it'll be brutal. So what are the rules? This dude trumped me without trying. This is a total thrashing. I won already? Oh boy, I gotta tell Big Brother. He's gonna be so proud. Arf arf. Get freaking wrecked. Okay. You over there. We need to shuffle. I need the triangle. And I need the light blue, which we do not have. So let's shuffle again. And again. There we go. Now it's time to hope for the best, I suppose. Okay, that worked. That also worked. And lastly, this one might be rough. We did it. Nice. I don't need to belittle others for them to be impressed by me. That's such wonderful news. Even alliterations don't do my joy justice. You made a new friend, Spiral. I would love to see it, that's for sure. And it's a sharp, tongue, and smart, but I swear some of the words he uses must be made up. A puzzle over here. I have no idea what to do with this. Not sure. Let's leave it be for now, I suppose. Oh, I think I know what we need to do. We need to replicate the pattern from the left side and do it on the right side. So the easiest way to remember this would be 2 like that and 2 like that. Okay. I did it, I think. Perhaps. The first right of self-reflection. On one side lies the truth, the other its mirror image. Make the latter match the former and the truth will reveal its visage. I already did it, but thank you for the hint. And what now? Oh, it enabled a new way to go upstairs, I suppose. It's the confessor. Ah, fresh faces, come to wash their souls from the burden of their sins. Good, good. Come, children, share me your vices. Sorry buddy, but we are actually here for something else. Really? That made things a little awkward, huh? I was being all dramatic and everything, sorry. Well then, if you are not here to tell me secrets, I suppose I could tell you secrets in exchange for a modest tithe of funds. So we pay you for gossip, basically. Sounds a little sketchy, but what do you think, Billy?
No.
Thank you for the nut in my coffee. Let's pay 5 coins. Your generosity is appreciated. Here is your reward. The ever-punis sicko is in love with Candleberry. Alas, her heart already belongs to a certain skull-faced lass from Frightful. Wish to hear another secret? Sure. Here is your reward. Notice that earring Papua wears? One of his little Baileys gave it to him as a reminder that they will always be friends, no matter how far apart they grow. Wish to hear another secret? Sure. Your generosity is appreciated. Here is your reward. The drummer from Bone Rock Hotel might seem lackadaisical, but that's just because he crushed his heart after ice cream sugar rush. Sure, I've heard through the grapevine that Kubi's precious toy was a gift from a dearly departed loved one. No wonder she treasures it so. Rickle learned to use his tail rattle to produce a rimshot sound through diligent practice. I wish he diligently workshopped better jokes instead. The little wheelchair-bound corgi from Star Harbor is Dress's pet. He asked Sizzo to make that cute hat for it. Candleberry is deadly afraid of having her candle snuffed out by the wind, and yet she isn't afraid of getting water on it. How odd. I'm sure you've realized by now, but Fernie isn't a legendary adventurer, just an ambitious summer camper with a talent for self-promotion. Becky has 10 older brothers, 5 are doctors and 5 are professional athletes. No wonder she has such an inferiority complex. Glover is always nervous someone will notice her teeth, but has anyone ever seen her outside that hole of hers? That's what I want to notice. Deedle almost made friends all by himself a while back, but his tears of joy were so loud they scared his pals to be awake. Hidrily is quite the artist, you know. They could probably become a professional if it weren't for the state of their mental health. All those dancers in Bone Rock Hotel seem to have serious relationship issues. Is that why they sought Calypso's help? Bruce's eyes open up wide when she's overworked or exhausted, but narrow into slits when she's calm yet energetic. How confusing. Flopjack's tattoo commemorates the loyal friends he lost long ago. Makes you wonder just how gruesome that past of his must be. Wabam always brags about being the champ, but never shows off his little belt because he can't remember where he put it. Matadora's endearing, flustered fidgeting was described by her ex-lover Klops as one of the quirks that made him first fall in love with her. Even the so-called manly mighty Dragaland has a soft spot for flame-roasted marshmallows. Then again, who can blame him? If you think Alparor is scary, steer clear from his family. No, not Bark, his father, Omega Howl. That booster fellow certainly seems fearless, but apparently he gets weak in the knees when it comes to a certain cute warrior. You do know Bark's real name is Beta Bark, don't you? Bark is just a nickname others gave him since his real name feels fitting? Oh. I'm willing to bet you already guessed this, but Born dreams of becoming a world-renowned philosopher. The fiddler from Bone Rag Hotel denies and dances around issues all the time. She copes with harsh truths as poorly as you used to, doesn't she? Lavarella is one of the few mighty manly men Dragaland acknowledges as an equal. Easy to see why, when he can bench press the Dragon King. Korogor's drive to help his employees is what turned him colorless, proof that good intentions can have disastrous black and white consequences. If you see Tokka Lotl, tell her to quit poaching my customers. I've been peddling her say to Blabbermouth long before she came here. It's a shame Tentacle Joe tries so hard to be a pirate despite being scared of heights and seasick when he's actually quite a talented dancer. That's the cute boy, I remember him. He betrayed us. Almost killed us. Shopstravaganza's owner once dated a gorgeous genius supermodel. Sadly, their torrid affair ended when he refused to pay for any of their dates. You think Gyro has only one eye? Think again. All you see is the third one. Should the other two open, our universe would never be the same. That shell against wears looks old and tattered, almost as though it were second-hand. Could his parents not afford to buy him a new one? Mipsy never lost a starring contest and never will. Challenge her at your own risk and break eye drops. Peekaboo is the youngest creature in the entire world of imagination. Any younger and she could barely string words together. Some whisper that whispers need to know everything is rooted in heartbreak. I know nothing of her past, but it must have been tragic indeed. Despite what you might think, Flops is actually quite a law-abiding citizen. He just has a soft spot for old-school gangster movies. I think I've heard enough. I think I've heard enough. I don't know if there might be any other shop later on, but just in case there is, I want to have at least some coins on me. You came for the yellow core. Well, I'm not giving it up, and I'm not going anywhere with you. What's this? A cutscene? It was quick. Another quick one. Who's there? Show yourself. Show yourself. Oh, that's rich coming from you. Besides, I'm right behind you. I saw that. Get back here or else I'll... Well, Drat, guess they are gone. But who was that? Their voice was super annoying and kind of familiar. I see you've started seeing things. Very good. You are finally opening your eyes to those selves of yours you've been ignoring. I did say you'd witness the parts of yourself you at least wanted to see, and just like my wrinkles, you can't hide them forever. Bonix is being sus. Very sassy of you. Ruby sus. Okay, seems like another puzzle is awaiting us. Okay. That's the room that we can interact with. Let me check the other room. We can interact in here too. Let me read the sign because I'm not getting it. The second right of self-reflection. Beneath the two halves buttons, a button lay inside. Right must reflect left, just as left reflects right. So do we just mirror it or do we just copy it? Let's try making a mirror version on this side. It didn't work. Let's try making a copy then. That worked. Nice. Now we are getting moons. Interestingly enough. Okay. And I suppose we need to do something in here differently then. Maybe this. It worked. Combining moons with stars apparently creates shields. That's interesting as well. Sadly, my time for today has come to an end, so I will continue a little bit, I suppose. There is a new friend we can make. And you know what? Since there is a friend over there. Yeah, I have the sniff emote. You like the sniff emote? And also stick butt, yes. Stick butt is also nice. Shadowy figure with a familiar voice has a Leviathanish meaning, really insufferable attitude. Interesting, interesting. But yeah, I think I will save the game. Probably in this room. And quit today's episode for now and continue, I think, on Sunday. I think tomorrow I have something else to do, but on Sunday I will continue with Rainbow Billy. We are getting quite close to the finish line, I think. We just need to deal with the Sanctum and then presumably the final boss and such. So that will be nice. I am glad you are loving the stick bug. It's a very, very nice emote, that's for sure. And yeah. Let me switch over to this room. There I am. And let me find someone to raid, because I'm not sure who is currently live. Actually I see a couple of people that are currently live. Perhaps we could raid someone unsuspecting. Someone unsuspecting, and I know the perfect bird, I think. So let's do it. We will rate the defected Zephyr, currently playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So that will be interesting to see, that's for sure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Sunday with the next episode of Rainbow Billy. For now, bye bye, and once again, thank you very much for being here. I very much appreciate it. Bye bye.